Claude. Nice. Ashes. Claude. Don't bite the lobster. Don't bite me earlier. Now, here we are. Ashes. Ashes is a book, and it's the last book in the trilogy of the Seeds of America. And because of this last book, I'm pretty sure this book deserves the winning medal instead of the first book. That's always the first book in the series that gets the medal. And the next thing that I'm going to have to talk about is the fact that, well, not everything goes as planned when you're in a journey. Of course, Isabel and Carson are here just so that they can find Ruth. And then Ruth's reaction is all like, I don't know you. You're the one who abandoned me. You're the one who sent me here. Nah, I blame you. They're the ones who start loving me. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So Isabel is kind of shocked. And of course, I mean, your brother or sister or your kid or your mother or father say that they don't know you, even though you've known them for a whole while before they've been taken away. And just because they were young at the time doesn't mean that they don't know anything about their own kin. And of course, loads of other things are there that can help you with them. But the next best thing that you can do in helping your kin with their predicament is by just revealing them your story. Even though they might have been too young to know all this, knowing the stories will actually be better for them. And even Ruth, who's basically like 12, looks like a 16-year-old. Apparently she's grown a lot. And then finally, of course, the American Revolution starts ending. Yay, it's the last war. And when Curtin goes and enlists, of course, loads of things happen, and I'm gonna shout! So here we are. Let's go on a rant. Ashes goes ahead and tells us about how you turn something into ashes and then you somehow rebuild all that. Like in Roblox, when you break the Lego-like character in Roblox and you try to build it back together, somehow it works. Sometimes. Usually the Lego blocks just disappear and they rebuild somewhere else. Usually your spawn point. Or the spawn point. And that's literally how everything seems to work out here. You turn something into ashes. Ashes, 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 ashes. And then you turn all those ashes back into something meaningful. And of course, that's why the book is most likely called Ashes. Because of how it describes the friendship between Isabel and Curzon and Ruth. Ruth friendship and sisterhood basically got severed with Isabel ever since it turned into ashes and ever since Ruth was taken away. And then when Isabel and Curzon had friendship and then they did arguments, they basically destroyed each other's friendship, which at the time was beyond repair. It was ashes, and ashes are unrepairable apparently. And then they turned all those ashes and mixed them out good, and they turned it into a new friendship, and then they turned it into marriagehood too, which isn't my favorite part of the book, but it, according to other people, is. So yeah, here we go. And the last thing that seems to work out is the last war. American Revolution is about the independence, and of course, most of the escaped slaves who went ahead and fought for the Americans, they were all pretty much went back to slavery, unless they escaped. The only slaves that seemed to be free were the British slaves, the people who went for the escaped slaves that went for the British side of the army, and those were probably the only ones who actually had a real chance of being free. And so with that, loads of other things could become the doomful thing or the masterful thing of the whole entire world. At least, in this case, the whole entire United States world. And what would you do if you had the chance of freedom with this side, or the chance of everyone's freedom on this side? I would choose everyone's freedom, but later, if you find out that everyone's freedom means everyone but your kind of people freedom, yeah. Lots of people back then still thought that, hey, you're not a soldier. That's your skin tone. All those skin tone kinds of people cannot be our soldiers. That is just so racist, people. That's just so racist. And the more shocking thing I've actually found is that some people keep using those terms at my school, which is a very big problem. And I'm so surprised that the teacher who literally heard everything there hasn't reported this yet. Maybe because they don't understand it. But hey, it's actually something we have to discuss. And I really think that this is just one of the biggest mistakes of human history. Slavery. Slavery is a moral evil. In religious terms, also not exactly religious terms, and actual terms themselves. Lots of people used to say that science can prove that we and them science can prove that we white people are more civilized than they, black people and we Asian people, they are apes. What did you just do? And then we later find out that science can't. Science actually proved that we have all the same skin tone. We have all the same bodily functions. We have all the same things. It's just that we just look different on the outside. On the inside, me and this guy's organs are very, very similar. We're both mammals. We both have eyes. We both have, well, he has more hair than me. We both have ears. We both have noses. We both have mouth. And our ears are in, well, similar places. Our eyes are in exact positions to our nose and to our mouth. We both have a neck. We both have legs. Also, his are shorter than, are thinner than mine, and are more powerful than mine. Apparently, he also has a lungs and heart similar to mine, and literally everything about him is basically the cat version of a human. Oh yeah, and he's also very, very lazy. And so yeah, I have nails. He has claws. And literally everything about us is very similar. It's just that he has snow white fur, has lots of it, and he's smaller, but more powerful. If there's one thing I gotta say that I learned from this video, from this book, is that Ashes is a book that teaches us that ashes themselves, if you burn something up, you can always rebuild them. You might not be able to use the same resources, but you will be able to use the same things. And so I just got to say that this book does one incredible job, though, teaching us that friendships can last forever and friendships can be rebuilt. And they can be rebuilt to be stronger and more meaningful than regular friendships. And that's pretty much all I've got to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Hunter and Sean, and please tell me in the comments below what you think about this book yourself. And I'll see you guys soon. So until next time, Shannon out. Peace.